Okay, now this is the real pod. Oh my God. I meant this is like the real pod starting now, but it's also the real pod.
Oh my God.
Shit, is that why we called it that?
8 years later. Kia ora koutou, welcome to the real pod. The realest pod that ever did pod. We've got some big news. Well, we've got the same news that we tried to break a couple of weeks ago, but we real podded it.
Yeah.
And we'll explain more.
The news is massive, and I just worry we haven't prepared enough.
Well, I think that's the real pod way.
Okay.
My name's Jane Yee. I'm joined by Alex Casey, who is beaming in from Christchurch. We are sans Duncan Grieve. He's currently on a global mission in search of his next amulet / chain / God knows what next, a tiara. Who knows?
Turkey teeth.
We're also joined by Samuel in the studio. Hi, Samuel.
Kia ora.
And we have, should we say,
What?
I mean, I feel like
this is
maybe
what we should have had a conversation about.
I know. I kind of feel like maybe we need to let people know that they're about to hear,
They're about to hear some news.
the last.
No,
The
it's not
last
the
one.
last.
For now.
Oh, well, you've hooked them now, for God's sake. Should we just do it now, not tease
Okay.
it?
Let's real news. Stung. Absolute schmozzle, honestly.
Once again.
Who do we think we are? Look, this is part of the reason why we're doing what we're about to do, which is we're going on a break.
We're going on a classy mid-season hiatus.
It is. It's like in the States with all their premium television series, they do a little weird mid-season break. That's all we're doing.
It's Grey's Anatomy style. It's the writer's strike. It's everything.
And we're going to be back. It's not a break-up. It's a break. We promise you that. We can give you a promise ring, if you like, to show that we are true to you. We are not going anywhere for a long time, just a little short time, like just till August. Just like, 6 weeks?
A tiny, tiny break. And we are going away with a purpose. Can we say that? We are going away. We're entering kind of a metamorphosis stage. We are liquefying like a caterpillar for the next 6 weeks to return bigger and better than we have ever been. Can we say that comfortably?
Well, I think we can say that comfortably. And I think we can comfortably also say that it's going to be a fantastic change that's going to give more of what you love, and it's just going to be better defined. Like when people say to you, oh, the real pod, oh, what's that about? You'll have an answer for them now that you could say in a sentence, but we'll give you more detail when the time comes. Don't freak out. And just know that it's going to be great. And that also this was the news we tried to tell you a few weeks ago, but we real podded it in the most amazing way. We actually recorded this whole thing where we were saying essentially what we're saying now. We're going on a break. We're going to be back. It's going to be bigger than better than ever. But then when we were about to leave the studio, Alex goes, don't we have a sponsor in the mix who's about to come on board? And we went, oh, shit. Yes, we did have a sponsor that was going to be coming on board for July, but they've now
fell through, baby.
Decided not to.
The real pod lives again in a way.
I wonder what deterred them.
I can't imagine. So we quickly had to re-record some drop-ins where we talked about news, but we didn't give away what the news was. But now the sponsors
Thankfully, nobody wants us. We just had to get that confirmed that nobody wanted to come on board, and now we've had the go ahead there. So we're off for a bit.
It's a hiatus. So this is going to be, it's your last real pod just for the next wee while. That's all. And then we're back. Okay, I think we've made that abundantly clear. Also, you can watch us on YouTube now,
Crazy.
which is wild.
Shocking. I have a lot of thoughts about you don't see your face in that way. It's that weird reflection where it's not the mirror, it's different. And I've got a lot of problems with my eyebrows. They are all over the shop.
I think your eyebrows are lovely.
One of them goes up, you wouldn't believe it.
Both of them should go up. Ooh. I mean, there we go. Hold on, cute. See, this is the magic. If you're watching this on YouTube right now, what you'll see right now is Alex raising both her eyebrows at once. See?
Sure. Wouldn't get that Wouldn't get that on Love Island, would you? More about that later, though. And you would have missed, well, just before, Jane, you stood up on the chair and showed me your skirt, but that's premium content. That's
premium content. That's for our OnlyFans, and we didn't actually. I don't think we got footage of that, did we, Samuel? Did we?
I don't think so.
Okay,
never
yeah,
to be
sorry.
repeated. Impossible.
Yeah. But that is the kind of thing that you might get to enjoy were you to watch us on the YouTube.
And to be clear, the thing we're launching in August is not an OnlyFans.
I can't tell if that would get people... No, it wouldn't get people excited, would it? Get people crying,
Yeah.
especially us.
And we're already having trouble with sponsors, you know.
Okay, quick. Let's get on. We've put too much pressure on ourselves. Let's just get on with the show as if it was a normal show. Tell me about Cirque Crystal.
Oh my gosh. Well, I got to go to my first big glitzy premiere in Christchurch, Wolfbrook Arena, Friday night. Premiere of Cirque Crystal. So I was on tenterhooks, ready for all the Southern celebrities. I was like, where's Gary McCormick? Where's Brody Kane? You know, where are they all? Unfortunately, on at the exact same time was the Crusaders versus Blues semi-final, which I believe would have soaked up the majority of like the A-list. So I had Rude the Bugman. Was also at Cirque Crystal. I didn't even see him. I had to text Chris Henry, who I did see, beloved friend of the pod, number 25 in the 25 most influential PR people in the country.
Also on the Out the Gate podcast.
Out the Gate podcast.
So he's a celebrity.
He is a celebrity, and it was so good to see him. But yeah, I mean, I think the closest I got to a celebrity sighting was the fact I was seated in the JJ section.
Okay, look. Alex sent a text to the Fokker chat about being in the JJ section, and I completely misinterpreted it because I didn't see the photo. I just saw the alert come up and it said, #grateful to be seated in the Scandal Queenie section of Cirque on Ice. And I screamed and was like, oh my God, JJ is in Christchurch with Alex. This is amazing. Alex is going to be able to see everything that happens, perhaps the boyfriend's there as well. And then I opened up the messages and saw that it was literally just the letters JJ. That's where your seat wheel's based in the JJ
take
section.
what I can get. I also liked that you called it an alert. Like we have a civil defence JJ Feeney alert.
We should.
We should be whipping that up.
That's text. I actually think we need more fiend content. I really just, like I said last week, huge soft spot, getting softer by the day.
I do feel like there's a world where you and JJ end up having a show or something, you know, I'm worried about it. I think that I'm not engaging because I'm threatened.
Oh, it's like me not engaging with pole because I'm threatened by your pole dancing.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm scared that Alex is making better friends with her pole mates, but she tells me.
I've assured her I'm not.
She tells me they go in on their own, they get extremely vulnerable and limber with each other, and then they leave on their own.
We
And
disperse
never,
and we
you don't change numbers? You don't have a Facebook group or anything?
There is a Facebook group, but I'm deactivated. I have put my business card on the wall. It hasn't really eventuated in anything, but we'll see.
Sorry, buried the lead there. You're what now?
Oh, I got business cards.
What in heaven's name for? It's 2023.
Because I don't have
Is it purely to enter drawers when you go to restaurants? You put your business card in the giant vase?
Well, it was part of my feeling of insecurity that I don't have Instagram now and I don't have like a lot of, it's harder to sort of get in touch. So I thought if I have a business card, I've deployed maybe 3 since I've moved, which I think is pretty good.
One of them's on the notice board at Pole.
Yeah, and one of them's in a big fishbowl to win a raffle, like you say.
Where's the other one? That's what I want to know.
I think I gave it to an Uber driver who sold carbon credits because I thought it would be a good story. Never heard from him. That's all right.
Oh, amazing. We definitely need business card updates as a regular feature.
This is actually a good reminder for me to get out there and just distribute. I left them on some community, the supermarket thingamaze, the little notice board things.
Have you put some context with them, or is it just Alex Casey and your phone number?
Yeah.
I can be whatever you want me to be.
It says senior writer, but even that's sort of vague, you know?
Hey, exciting news. I mean, Duncan's not here. That's not the exciting news. That's very sad news for us. We miss out on our weekly kind of mini mono. But he is watching The Traitors. He sent us a photo on the plane. Was he? Sorry, excuse me. Is he a flash guy with Wi-Fi on the plane?
He would be like that. He's probably flying Kim Air.
But he's watching The Traitors, the UK version.
That's what that was. I didn't recognise it. I haven't seen a moment
you haven't
yet.
seen it. It's just, I really think you need to watch it ahead of the New Zealand launch, which is not too far away. Because, I don't know, context is key.
Yes.
I think it's such a great show and I'm so excited. But anyway, so Duncan's being new to something. That's amazing.
That's incredible. That's really
Holiday
pisses me off,
Duncan's someone
actually.
else altogether, isn't it? Tell me about What Now?
I went to What Now?
About 20 years after you should be going to a What Now.
Yeah, well, the
taping.
last time I went to What Now was, I think, 1998 at the Avalon Studios in Lower Hutt for Alana and Tanya's birthday. Beautiful, beautiful beasties. And I was invited by Whitebait Media to go and check out what's going on now. It was one of their presenters, Erin's, not that one, last day. And so what was funny about it, she had been doing the show for 5.5 years, so it was like this quite massive emotional episode. The entire audience was all friends and family apart from me, baby.
Yes, yes, just the way we like it.
So like everyone was arriving and she was greeting everybody and like crying and hugging, and I was just like, cheerio, hello.
It's like when you're the plus one at a wedding and the person that's invited to the wedding is also like quite distanced from the bride and groom themselves. So they might be like a cousin that doesn't see them very much. And then you do the meet and greet at the end of the ceremony and you have to be like, give context and be like, that was wonderful and I'm never going to see you again. Thank you for the expensive meal I'm about to eat.
All of that, plus I was taking notes, which,
Great.
makes you look like a mega freak in any environment.
Especially at a children's, with a lot of children around.
Exactly. But I was just hastily sort of, rustling my papers, as it were. And
You should have given out your business card.
I should have given out my business card. That would have made everything a lot clearer. But no, I had a great time. I didn't know What Now was just down to an hour now, but it's still live and it's still powerfully messy. A lot of gunge, a lot of foam being sprayed everywhere, just a lot of towels down, a lot of towels down.
Do you think the reduction down to an hour is a bit like the old death knell? Because I feel like that's what happened to Good Morning.
Don't
down
say
to an hour.
that. Don't say that.
No,
But no,
surely not.
it did just remind me of what an institution it is, and perhaps as well because it was Erin's last day, but there were lots of messages getting sent in from kids around the country, and I was like, this is just wholesome, it's good to know that the kids are still tuning into What Now.
My kids don't even know What Now exists. And they're right in the
that.
target demo.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're busy with Bluey. There's new Bluey.
True.
And that's a huge, huge bloody deal.
Yeah, God.
Such a good show. Speaking of the not that Erin, but the other Erin, we were talking about Erin Simpson / Frenich. Has she changed her name? No, she's still Erin Simpson, eh?
Yeah, you have to be. It's on all the
Anyway.
it's on all the stationery.
It's on all the business cards. So I follow Erin on Instagram, and she's feeding her son, Harry, cutest child, so much rotisserie chicken. Like, entire chickens. Like, she just plops down a chicken in front of him, and he just rips that thing to shreds.
How old is this young lad?
I don't know, like, not even, like, maybe one or around there-ish.
God, I haven't had a rotisserie chicken
I know.
for so long.
Someone was talking about, I think maybe even based off your supermarket piece, but someone was talking about like in the corner. Oh, I didn't do the housekeeping. We've got a Facebook page called The Real Pod Corner. That's a good place to hang out in the meantime while you're waiting for the pod to come back. Also, we have a Discord. Go hang out there as well. Both links are in the show notes. But in the corner, someone said, do you have a favourite supermarket and so on? And I went in there and I was like, online shopping only. I'll avoid going into a supermarket at all costs. Problem is, can't get a roti chicken. When I say roti chicken, I mean rotisserie chicken.
Right. They don't live.
Nah. Because it won't be hot, will it?
And raccoons and whatnot will get to it.
It's raccoons, all the raccoons. Huge raccoon problem. So I'm starting to think I might have to set foot in the brick and mortar a bit more often.
You should.
As inspired by Erin Simpson's Chicken Hungry Son.
Erin Simpson's Chicken Hungry Son is a great pub quiz team name.
That's a great idea. If I knew you lived in Auckland and we could pub quiz together.
Oh dear, one day.
Jojo Siwa.
Oh yeah,
on the island, your island.
my island. I mean, Samuel, this was kind of your scoop. You sent this to me over the weekend on Slack that Jojo Siwa is here. How did you find out?
Someone posted in the corner. The actual scooping of the spin-off is just the Real Pod Corner, and someone on the Herald beat us to it anyway. But yeah, Jojo Siwa is in New Zealand. She's with Colleen Ballinger's sister, who is Miranda Sings, who's like this old, like 2014, like I grew up with her YouTuber who's recently gotten into a lot of controversy for being really inappropriate with her underage fans.
Oh.
She even has a Netflix show from back in the day, like one of the first YouTubers to get a Netflix show, and she is cancelled.
Right. So is Alex Casey's also cancelled in relation to Jojo Siwa.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, because Eugene 18112011948 had something to say to you.
This is why I'm scared to go near the story of Jojo Siwa, even though I'm so excited to find out what she's doing here. In 2018, I wrote a piece. I think it was just like a very inane piece about Jojo Siwa's show, who come to Lightbox or something, and I wrote an explainer about who Jojo Siwa was. And of course you got to make a few jokes in there. I mean, you've got this teen multi-millionaire with extremely tight ponytail who sells lots of bows to children and covers herself in juice in the shower, all this weird stuff. Like, I was like, you know, we can make some jokes here. And she did not enjoy the article. Jojo Siwa herself tweeted it out, calling me a bully.
Oh.
And I got so destroyed by the Siwanators on Twitter for about 48 hours, and including this one chappie, the aforementioned Eugene, who sort of photoshopped I say photoshopped.
No. This is not Photoshop. This is done on, I feel like it's actually done on Instagram.
Yeah.
Stories using the neon tool.
The drawing tool.
The neon pen.
He's sort of tried to give me big elephant ears. I mean, this is quite good Nickelodeon style cyberbullying. Like big elephant ears and a big elephant trunk, and said, "Hi, that's me again, Alex Casey. OMG, I have a really long nose and very long ears. I look like an elephant." And then tags in at the Spinoff TV. "My work for the Spinoff TV report is so much shit. Laughing face, laughing face, laughing face. At Nickelodeon is awesome." And it's still like my favourite troll I've ever got. But, you know, I'm not on Twitter anymore, so...
Can I read the other one as well?
Oh, yeah, the other one is sort of...
That's because it's also good.
Yes, you can read it.
"My name is Alex Casey. On the camera, I speak too fast and the people not understand me. My car is ugly and bored me so much. The house is too small for me. I dying every day. My hair, the hairline killing me. And I have no money for a good story."
I mean, a lot of that's true.
A lot of it's true, isn't
Especially
it?
the hairline killing me.
And no money for a good story.
And I die...
The Uber driver.
I dying every day. That's just the truth. So thank
Bold
you.
of Jojo Siwa fans to be coming after your hairline.
I know.
What I love about this particular tirade is that it feels like ChatGPT when it was in its infancy, when it was just like they're troubleshooting, they've only just, you know, it's very, very new tech and it's not to be released to the public yet, but Eugene works for ChatGPT and he's just doing a wee test run. It also, actually, probably more accurately, is like when you just hit the middle button of predictive text to make a funny sentence on, you know, in a Facebook comment.
And yet utterly profound and completely accurate. So
honestly, iconic image. There's so much. We will make this available. It will be up. I mean, is it on Twitter still? Do you still have a twit?
No, it's gone, but we'll put it
Okay, great.
somewhere.
Well, so exclusively, it'll be on our the Spinoff Podcast Network Instagram page. An elephant's trunk's nostrils are not up there where he's put them.
No.
It's a really unusually shaped truck. There's just so much. And also, how... You can't even see your ears, so how can he say you've got long ears?
I've actually got really tiny ears as well.
See, I just don't think he's done his research.
It's just great. I mean, this happened, what year is it? This is 5 years old and I still think about it like at least once a day.
Yeah, so good. Quite the pivot. Kourtney Kardashian, always impeccable. Never got a big elephant nose and big elephant ears hanging out.
No hairline killing her.
Does have a bit of a belly hanging out though, and I'm not body shaming. Like, she is pregnant.
She's pregnant, and she announced it by way of sign.
Fan sign at a Blink concert.
At a Blink concert. And there's been a bit of hubbub as to whether or not, Travis knew or not.
Of course he knew.
I'm sure he probably did know. It seems like kind of a risk to announce it by sign.
Yeah, nah. Because it's the classic, the so-and-so I'm pregnant, which is like a trope in concert signs, right? Say the name of the band member and I'm pregnant.
Right.
And so that was just a way I feel that they chose to announce to the world, because she is showing. And I feel like the fact that she's showing probably means she's reasonably farish along, and that it's given all the trouble that they've had to get pregnant, that's probably something that they were keeping to themselves for a little bit before going public. I don't know. I feel like his reaction would have been way bigger than it was as well.
I didn't actually see what he did. Did he just go, oh?
He just sort of got down. Yeah. It wasn't good acting. He just got down and gave her a kiss. And then went back and resumed the show.
This might actually be a spanner in the works now, this pregnancy. I mean, obviously so happy for them, but does this mean, when is Blink coming to New Zealand? Because I was thinking about buying tickets purely because I was thrilled by the idea that Kourtney Kardashian might be there.
Oh. Oh, but now she might not.
It could throw the whole tour in jeopardy.
I feel like she'd take the baby with. You might get more Kardashian for your buck.
True.
This way. I'm mortified because she's 44, which is the same age as me. And it just sends chills down my thighs. Spine. Chills down my spine.
Down my eyes. That's your Helen Cherry skirt, girl.
I'm a woman of the people. It was bought from the Dove shop. Chills down my spine, the idea of having a baby at this age. I'm sure she can do it. I'm just got no energy for the children I already have.
I'm sure having many millions of dollars would help the entire experience.
But even the pregnancy bit, boy, oh boy. Anyway, good luck to her. Good on it. Good on them. Well done. I mean, honestly, if anyone was going to get pregnant naturally, it's those two, because I'm pretty sure they're only ever having sex. Yeah. Like, all the time.
It's a bit much on the show for me.
Oh, look what the next story is.
Oh,
it's embarrassing.
This is exciting. I can't believe we didn't lead with this.
Look, I have no shame. I had a colonoscopy yesterday. For anyone who's had a colonoscopy before, the colonoscopy itself, fine. I was out to it. The prep, horrendous. I'm sure I've spoken about this because I've had them before, and so I'm sure I've spoken about this on previous pods.
Do you have to drink
you have to drink
this and stuff?
Lots of laxatives, and it makes you cold and feel like you're going to vomit, and it's just it's a terrible time, and it's weird to like forcibly give yourself bad times in the toilet. But this was my Sunday night, and then I had to get up at 3 a.m. because I had an early appointment and finish the last litre and just keep going. It was shocking. But the worst part of it all, and look, this has been an ongoing issue for me for the last 6 or 7 years. Mm-hmm. My bottom doctor is a very handsome man.
Real life read.
And it kills me every time. I think it's going to be fine. Just be a professional human, Jane. Just sit there and know it's... And this time, yesterday, I had to be there at 7:30 in the morning. So I was like, no makeup. I had lots of fuzzy little hair bits. I was wearing my comfy clothes because, I was having a procedure. And then he walked in and I was like, it's cool, it's chill. And he's in his scrubs and I'm like, oh, damn it, you're still super handsome and lovely.
It shouldn't be allowed. It should
wear not be allowed.
Or something,
Why did he decide to go into that line of work? Of all the different doctory disciplines, he looks like he should be a plastic surgeon.
Oh,
Not
dear.
a roll over and I'm going to pop a camera up your bottom.
Oh my god! So are
truly.
you making small talk? Are you trying to be cool? Like, what's your approach in this?
Yeah, well, I tried to be cool by like not dressing up. That was my whole thing. Was like, take me as you find me. It's 7:30 in the morning. I'm an adult. It's not good to think that my doctor's good looking. I'm just going in there for a procedure. And then obviously as he walked in the room, I regretted not doing just doing a full face and hair and everything. But it wouldn't have made any difference anyway, because it's not like he's going to look at me and go, wow, you're hot. I'll just do this. I'll just do this procedure and then I'll get your phone number, you know? Like,
Oh dear, I know, but it adds to the tension. It's already, I imagine, quite a difficult situation to be in.
yeah, we were making, you know, just in your gown, padding along in your bare feet and he's chatting away, but just being good looking. And it's just... we were talking about Queenstown, talking about Queenstown.
Oh, no.
Queenstown tourism is like
Why?
popping off. I don't know.
Just anything but the bum. Anything but the bum.
Let's just move on. How often do you wash your dressing gown? This is a question that's popped up in the corner, and I know you're a dressing gown wearer.
I love
your
my
sort of
dressing
tealy
gown.
orangey thing.
My orange with blue polka dots. I would say probably like once every 2 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ah, interesting.
Is that good or bad?
No, that's good as far as I'm concerned.
Is it?
I can't recall the last time I washed my dressing gown.
Oh,
I don't think I wear mine as much as you wear
I wear mine
yours.
I wear mine when it when the sun sets, the gown is on. You know.
But also, here's a question: is it always over the top of other things, or do you sometimes?
It's
be
always on top of other things.
So how dirty is it really getting? You know?
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. I just think because it's so frequent, I often just chuck it in with the towels and stuff.
Oh, I think that's good. I think you're in the top like 5%.
Wow. Okay.
What do you reckon, Samuel? You're nodding subtly over there.
I don't wash my dressing gown to the point where I'll just throw it out once it's done.
Yeah, right. I will wash mine if I've like done a baking session in it or something and got like a smear of batter or something on it. That's like, can't hide this anymore. And there's no hiding from this. I need to wash it. Other than that, if you can't see it, it doesn't exist. You know?
Yeah, that's true.
No dirt on this. God, this is just really real news, eh?
It really is.
Really, really is.
I'm amazed because I'm not generally like that clean, I think, in most respects. But that's something I do.
You should be proud of that thing that you do. It's been way too much
I can't
voodoo
believe
chat.
we're coming up with all these great new taglines right before we go on hiatus.
Well, guys, store them up, everyone, and just fire them off over the next 6 weeks as if it were an Alex Casey business card. Deploy them. We're just going to pop into reality check now.
I have 4 weeks to decide I'm going to drop my entire life in.
I am disgusted at how much you have copied my husband.
This is fine. I don't even know you.
Reality check.
There's really only one show to talk about, isn't there? Love Island.
Previously, I'm loving this season.
Do you feel even more attached to Ian Sterling now that you've interviewed him? When you hear his voice come out, are you kind of like, it's my mate?
I do, and I feel like I kind of like do polite laughs even at things I don't find that funny.
Like you do with your real mates, eh?
Yeah.
Like I'm doing right now.
Exactly like that. That was lovely. I feel buoyed by that. But I think I talked about this already, but you kind of like see his tricks. Now that he's sort of,
Yes,
because he talked
yeah.
about, his favourite joke structures and stuff, and you see it, and you see how he will latch on to something like the fact that Medi works in trains.
Yeah.
And we'll just
it's the new Luca Bish.
Totally.
The
man sells fish. But no, I'm really enjoying this season. I feel like it's already picked up quite a lot in terms of just interpersonal dramas, couples falling in and out,
Yeah, I'm really liking this bunch. I don't think I got very far through last year's. And the year before was the Luca, that season with Elected to or whatever.
Yeah.
That was a great season. Last year I couldn't get into it. This year I'm well in. I'm all caught up. You'll be pleased to know.
Terrific.
There's no one that I really dislike, which is unusual. But they are all a bit lovely. I'm waiting for some, what I've coined, Villazillas to rear their heads. They may already be there, they may exist and just
That's
yet
the
to show
thing.
their true colours.
They're already there. You know,
Right.
they're just waiting to shed their skin. I think it's interesting how, this is not my own observation, but my good friend Zoe's, that no one's really, normally by this point, there's a few kind of ride or die couples, you know, like, which, you know, we might have been led to believe at the start would have been Molly and Mitch, but that's already fallen apart. And
Not according to Mitch, it's not.
well, Mitch will just have anyone.
Well, Mitch is hitting on anything with a pulse
Yeah.
to try and stay safe when it comes to the recoupling, which is extremely funny, like especially when he goes up to Jess and is like, so I've decided I am attracted to you. And she's just like, what the fuck are you
so funny.
on about, mate? Like,
especially after you did that weird football trick where you
it was a
over.
bloody good football trick.
It was a good bloody football trick, but it's funny that that's like what's turned Mitch's head.
Yeah, but also the way he says it, his conversations that he delivers are not, there's no banter. It's very kind of like direct and just, very funny. But he also was trying to be like, hey, Molly, I still am really keen on you, even though I said I never want to talk to you again if you hang out with what's his name, Zachariah.
Zachariah.
But I actually am still really keen. But we can do it cloak and dagger so that no one has to know and just lay low. She's like, I don't want to do it at all.
Yeah.
Like he's completely put her off. And it's funny because that's echoed with me because I thought Mitch was a bit of a catch to start with. I thought he was like my type on paper.
Yeah.
And he's just given me the ick the way that he's behaving.
He's just a total weirdo. And I think he's coming in with the old Love Island mentality where he's like, you need to be in a couple from the start to be beloved by the public. But now I think they're realising that Casa Amor is this thing that looms so large now in the future. And the idea of bombshells is something that's so entrenched that people are just really hedging their bets this season, I think.
Yeah, they really are.
No one wants to be closed off to anything because who knows who will walk in tomorrow, which I actually don't mind. You know, I think it's kind of fun when like there's
But it does also mean that no one is, because I feel like there's saying that you're not closed off and then there's actually being not closed off, because sometimes I feel like people are in couples a little bit like I've forgotten their names, Andrew and what's face from a couple of years back.
Yes.
How they were pretty closed off, but they kept saying they weren't, and then there's Casa Amor blew things up. Obviously things went crazy then, but now I feel like this lot are actively trying not to fall for people. Not just saying it, but they're actively like trying not to get too close to people for that very reason.
Yeah.
It's quite odd.
It is odd. I also thought it was odd, and this is not being ageist, this is within the universe of the show, that one of the bombshells was 30.
That is ancient. Ancient.
Are you in a house full of 20-year-olds? That is
you could
a
have
big difference.
You could have told me she was 21 and I'd have
This is
believed
true.
it, because all of these people look 30 to me and all are apparently 21. Like it blows my mind.
It's very
I don't think I
confusing.
could even figure out how to get a passport at that age.
Yeah.
Let alone
it's,
know how to, like, it took me 10 plus years to figure out how to curl my hair with my straighteners. And look at them.
the things
21,
they're
absolute
doing.
pros. Oh,
just to go and stand out, you know, around a bar with the same people you were just with an hour ago is just an outstanding amount of effort. But yeah, I particularly love Whitney and Mehdi. Very weird
Yes.
couple.
I love Mehdi. He was a bit of a nothing for me for a while. He's just flying under the radar, and now I'm just like adore him.
Yeah, he seems like the most normal person in the villa. Kind of stays out of drama.
But Whitney was also instantly likable by the public and by all the castmates.
This is true.
And I miss George, Levitating George.
Sweet George.
And Ruchi, who I was basically in tears when she left, and now I'm like, who? You know, especially those kind of the OG cast members who come in, and when they first leave, you're like, I'll never forget you. I'll never forget. And we've still got like 6 weeks to go.
There's so long to go. We're only just getting started. It's very exciting.
Just buckle in for free for everyone on TVNZ Plus. What else have you been watching?
I've just actually last night finished binging. Well, there's only 3 episodes up now, but 3 have got this new kind of comedy hour on Thursday nights where it's a back-to-back feature of Double Parked, written by Chris Parker and Alice Snedden, and starring Madeline Sami and Antonia Preble, a lesbian couple who, through kind of a series of botched situations, both end up pregnant. And then after that is Homebound 3.0, which is, I think, written and created by Sam Wang, who's also the star of the show, and our own Michelle Ang, former Spinoff
when we say
accountant.
our own, we mean our own.
From our own company. And she is so extraordinary in this show. And it's such a good show. It's like a very good rom-com kind of premise about two people who don't really want to be together, but because of convenience and the pressure from their families are sort of faking it. And of course, they're going to end up...
Don't ruin it. I'm only a third of the way through episode 1.
Well, look, you can see what's going to happen, surely.
Michelle's not even been on the screen yet.
Oh, my goodness.
I had to start watching after I just watched a little bit of it this morning after reading your recommendation, and I'm already obsessed with it.
It's really good, eh?
It doesn't take long to hook you in.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. It's like a bombshell.
Bombshell in the Villa. Have you got anything out? Have you been watching anything, Jane?
No, just Love Island. Just Love Island. That's it, really.
In a way, that's all you
I've been
need.
knitting a
Have
little
you?
bit too. Well, I have to make Warren a beanie.
Warren
the warthog. He's a squishmallow. He's only about yay big. And my son was out playing soccer in the yard, and I thought it would be cute if I put his beanie on his little toy to watch him play, right? I was like, Warren wants to watch you watch. And he goes, oh, Warren's cute in a beanie, but that one's too big. Can you knit me another one that fits him, Mum? So I stitched myself up.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm currently knitting a tiny little beanie.
For a squishmallow.
Warthog. I feel bad because, oh my God, there's a whole saga, honestly. Settle in. He loves this fucking thing so much. And I don't know if you've ever touched a squishmallow, but they're velvety smooth. They're really, really nice. And one morning, my other son, who constantly trolls his little brother, threw Warren. He was supposed to hit me, but he landed in the sink and got dirty, right? I thought I'd cleaned it off, but then Jude came home from school, found some muck on Warren's bum. And
Not again.
I'm not again. And so I gave him a bit of a wash, and then he was upset that Warren was wet, and I was like, don't worry, I'll dry him. And I got the hairdryer on him, but I flew a little close to the sun.
Oh, no.
And I melted some of Warren's fur. And then I rang Joel and was like, are you out? Can you get another Warren? Like the old goldfish, we'll replace the hamster. He'll never know. And then I felt so bad about it. I was like, I have to tell him because I feel like he'll know that's not his Warren. So then I told him about Warren. He was devastated. He was touching it. He was in absolute puddles of tears. And then I was like, don't worry, Dad's going to get you another Warren. He's like, it won't be the same.
Oh, no.
And then I was like, look, if if something really bad happened to me and I lost an arm tragically or something like that, you would still love me, wouldn't you? And he was like, yes. And I was like, well, can we feel that way about Warren perhaps? It's like, yeah. Okay, yeah, I love him no matter what. But I want another squishmallow, so now he's got another one.
Leverage.
It's a ginseng. It's not a warthog.
Wow.
Don't ask. I don't know how they come up with these things. But anyway, all that to say, feeling kind of guilty about the Warren situation. So when he asked me to knit him a beanie, ordinarily I probably would have said, no, that's too much work. But instead I said, yes, of course, anything for this scarred creature that I ruined.
That is such a beautiful story. End. The devotion of this mother.
Guilt. It's just guilt. Being a mother, it's just guilt. It's an exercise in guilt for the rest of your days.
We need to get a photo of Warren with his beanie on once you've completed it.
I don't think it will take too long because it's very small.
Hugely important.
I promise you I'll get you a photo.
Oh, dear. Gosh, I'm going to miss this stuff. I'm going to miss all these chats that we have.
We can still be friends,
Can we? We just need to find time to talk outside of recording it.
Well, we will be talking because we're doing a lot of planning for the new exciting adventure that the Real Pod's going on.
Yes. 6 weeks of intensive strategy. Training.
And strategy. It's like tracked, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, I don't know what else to say without just like blabbering on, going on a big old chat without actually telling you what's coming. But what's coming is great. You're going to love it. Please don't stop thinking of us. Please don't unfollow us or anything thinking that it's all over. It's not. It's going to be back, bigger, better than ever, and you guys are going to love it. So sorry that we're throwing this on you very last minute, but it's all going to be worth it, Alex?
It's going to be so good. Oh, put August in your calendars.
Put it there. If it's not there already, put August in your calendars because it's a very important. You're going to get completely out of whack if you don't have August in there.
True.
For a start.
Make sure it's,
Like for the rest of your days, you're going to be all off.
It's my
kilter.
birthday month as well.
Exactly. But also because that's when we're returning. Bigger, better, shinier than ever. And that's
Can't
promise.
wait. We'll see you then.
See you then. Laters on the mingy. From the Spinoff Podcast Network, you've been listening to The Real Pod. Hosted by me, Jane Yee, along with Alex Casey and, most of the time, Duncan Grieve. Our producers are T.I. Head Butler and Samuel Robinson. Thanks for listening.